founded by the Executive Ministry for Professionalism, Social Responsibility, Superior Communication Skills, and Lack of Criminal History. For more information about our program, please visit our website, AfterSchoolSatan.com.
My name is Scott Pryor, chair of Arizona's LD16 Democrats. One of the things I have noticed since I became active in politics in 2012 is that people in general have increased their value of political affiliation over the value of humanity and community. Interpersonal communication has become more defined by our online communications and less defined by our face-to-face interactions. This has drastically reduced our ability to empathize with one another and find common ground to create real conversation and real solutions. If you frequent Facebook or Twitter or some of the other social media websites, you will see that many people are referring to each other as liberals or conservatives or libtards or Republicans. And many times, what starts as a real logical conversation becomes useless as people move from logical discourse to online shouting matches and name-calling. This type of behavior really must change. As chair of the LD16 Democrats, our local party will begin moving in a new direction. Instead of focusing on political change, we will begin focusing on changing ourselves and our communities. We will attempt to work together with others to help create better communication through cooperation, such as food and clothing drives, friendly competitions such as bowling, riflery, softball games, and yes, even karaoke. Our goal is to try to take the political affiliation out of the primary focus of all of our communications and start treating people as individuals, neighbors, and friends. As a gesture of this new focus, I will begin working to provide free educational seminars to the public, which will give people the proper tools necessary to not only participate in the state governmental process, but also interact with the different committees and legislators that are at the Capitol to represent us. I look forward to the future and hope that we can all begin to work together to create better solutions for all the people in our community.
And welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us through into our third hour. We still have Chalice on the phone, and we still have Doug on the phone, and we're going to talk about interesting ideas of what's going to happen next. Our original person that was supposed to be on the show for the third hour, who was pretty prevalent in the marches this past weekend, was unavailable. So, we're going to kind of open it up. Our open line for phone calls, if you have questions or comments, is 480-405-1465. Please call in, ask questions, make comments. Just be respectful. That's all we ask, is to be respectful. If not, we will hang up on you and make fun of you in the process.
After we berate your ass.
Yeah, pretty much. So, we were having the conversation offline about photography. Okay, that was the easiest way to bring it up.
Skillful photography.
Skillful photography.
Skillful.
Now, we've had a lot of different things happening in the past week. We've had the women's marches last weekend, which was just phenomenal. I mean, there was like 3 million people marching last week, all over the world, including Antarctica. Okay, we had 20 or 30 people that were actually marching in Antarctica, which is like, you never see people marching in Antarctica unless they're penguins or something.
You figure they want to be running because it's got to be fucking cold there.
But we've seen all around the world in the past week, protesting government discourse and how things are working. Our new president has picked up his pen and done tons of executive orders with no problems, apparently, with the right, who complained about Obama actually making executive orders every 2 or 3
but he's
years.
black, so
Well,
you
there
know.
is that. So we're now coming into a place where our nation is coming into a crossroads, and one of those issues that we have, of course, is the idea that we could be coming up on war soon if our new president can't keep his mouth shut on his Twitter account. But we also have the other possibility of the fact that our new government is trying to sublimate scientific discussion. And to me, that's an issue. Now, I know from many people I know in the Satanic Temple, it's an issue because we tend to all believe in the ideology of, scientific fact and how facts are gathered. And apparently in the media, it's gathered by whoever's blog happens to be out there at this point in time. But we've had the National Parks Service that has had their Twitter feed and their websites shut down by Trump. The EPA has had their websites and stuff shut down by Trump, which brings into the whole idea is, have we now gone from a democratic republic to an actual fascist state? So let's first ask Doug, who's been back there probably listening to us and going, what the fuck? What do you think about that, Doug?
Not a hell of a lot. We're all fucked.
I should have known better.
Is that the salad talking?
Yeah, you need to eat some meat, dude. You've been eating too much salad lately. I mean,
Yeah, fuck that rabbit food.
But I mean, seriously,
Well,
we have come to a crossroads now where we are as a nation coming to the point where we could create doomsday. According
because of 140 characters.
Yeah, because of 140 characters. So as a veteran, okay, how do you feel about the idea that our new president may be creating war just because he can't handle critics, I should say?
Well, I look at it this way. As long as I'm not involved, I'm okay.
Well, I think if it turns into thermonuclear war, we're all going to be involved, unfortunately.
Yeah, the really bad part about all this is when it comes to this country in war, well, we're good at it. So generally, it shouldn't be much of a concern. And production goes up every time. More jobs are to be found, really, which is saddening if you think about it.
Yeah, but who actually benefits from those? That's the key. Let's follow the money for a moment. Halliburton all of a sudden gets billions of dollars thanks to the Iraq War, and that's the scary part. Is it's always about follow the money.
Yeah, it's the government and the businesses that benefit from this. But the reality is, if you think about it, average it out, we average a war just about every 20 years or so. Either we're getting involved in it or we're in it. But every time production has gone up, the bad part is it's the corporations that benefit from it. But I suppose in some ways or another, there are other benefits to war. I don't know exactly what they are in Trump's mind or really in the mind of any type of government. But I don't see it. Do you?
No, all I see is just beating down the man. But that's just me. I just see it as being an issue.
The only good thing I've got in this is I'm not going to be involved because I've already been discharged and they won't take me back.
I can help you with that. I mean, if
No.
that's a crappy thing to say, isn't it?
No.
So,
I've done
yeah.
served my time.
So, from a standpoint of well, hell, I don't even know where I was going to go with that one. It just went right out the head. Probably because the dog's right here. Now, one of the things that we were really interested in discussing, because we're weird and we're crazy and we enjoy doing stuff like that, is when you look at some of the actual like the photography and stuff of around the world. You've had the photography of the child that was drowned and that the parent was pulling him out of the water and stuff like that, or the people in Aleppo that were just getting destroyed. Why is it that photography, that those moments in time that show so much diversity and trauma are ignored so much by many people? I mean, is it because of the internet we've been able to separate ourselves from our humanity and empathy, or is it just because we just don't give a shit? I mean, it just bothers me when I see stuff on, like, for example, I saw something the other day that was talking about that what's that movie, A Dog's Place, where they were trying to, had behind-the-scene video of a guy trying to force a German Shepherd into a pool that it obviously did not want to go into. What kind of people do that kind of stuff?
Assholes.
Well, yeah,
Well,
I understand that, but
well,
I mean, what kind of people have we become to where we actually force animals to do stuff like that, or force people to do stuff that goes contrary to what they believe, just so we can make a buck at the movie
But could it
theater?
be a culture thing? I mean, I'm not all for it. I'm so against animal cruelty, but look at what a lot of people, I believe, in Japan do is a show of good luck or prosperity. They pour wine down fishes' mouths, and fish can't digest the alcohol, so they die. So you may as well just be going out and just sticking a hook in their fucking mouth.
Well,
I mean, I don't get it. It's inhumane.
It's hard to understand the empathy of humanity at this point. We've been able to separate ourselves from our humanity via the internet. It's very rare that you actually go. I mean, like Chalice, I'm sure you've seen a lot of people that come online and go at you guys like without any kind of fact, just trolling you guys, just to make a point, or just trying to make themselves feel better about their view compared to yours. I've seen that on some of my posts where I post about something that's kind of humanitarian, and somebody, what was it? What was it?
Oh, you fucking liberals are just always trying to get a break.
It was something that we posted about our anniversary or something, and then somebody had to turn it political.
Oh, I hate that. That pisses me off.
It's like, really?
Beyond belief.
We're having family time over Christmas, and we're saying about how we're doing this, that, and the other, and you had to turn it political? I mean, is that what kind of society we have now?
Even
Where
dog
everything-
videos. Oh, it sounds like he's saying, "Oh, Trump's fucking America."
Really?
This is what you're getting out of this video? It's a cute video. It's supposed to be something sweet and heartfelt, and then you have to just
So let's
dirty
go to Chalice on this one. What do you think about the fact that the American people have seemed to have lost their empathy and humanity towards each other over the internet ability to be able to troll people?
Well, I think the internet has given people a lot of a distance. I experienced it, and my personal experience with it is, I receive death and rape threats constantly. People have told me in vivid detail about what they're going to do to me.